Welcome to Coffee with Viking. I am Mike. Cheers. Today's devotion, strength and weakness. 2 Corinthians 12:10. For the sake of Christ, then I am content with weakness, insults, hardships, persecutions, and calamities. For when I am weak, then I am strong. It isn't natural to be content with weakness, especially for men, and when others see our weakness, we are likely to feel shame, maybe even anger. These feelings may cause us to question our usefulness to Christ. After all, how can God use someone who keeps falling into sin? In his second letter to the Corinthians, the Apostle Paul mentions a weakness of his own. No one knows exactly what Paul meant when he said that he was given a thorn in his flesh, but it is clear that Satan used this weakness to attack Paul and cause him to sin. 3 times Paul asked God to remove this weakness, but God responded in 2 Corinthians 12:9, My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. No matter what weakness you have, what insults you endure, what hardships you live through, remember that God's grace is sufficient for you. Stop trying to overcome your weakness with your own strength and allow God to work in you. And if others see your example of weakness transformed, they'll have reason to praise God instead of you. Lord, forgive me for the times when I hide my weakness from others and from you. Give me your strength to be content. We are all facing something in our lives that causes us to stumble and fall. We all have that thorn in our side. We are far from perfect. And the thing is, that weakness, God's grace can help us through it, but we got to put our trust in God. And God can use our weakness for His glory. But we are all weak in some form. We all have that one thing, some of us have more, that always cause us to stumble and fall. That is why God forgives unlimited times in a day. That is why He said that through our weakness, His grace is sufficient. His mercy and His grace will lead us through whatever we are facing. Because God knows we are weak. We need to trust in Him because He can overcome our weakness. We can't alone. Stay blessed. Stay caffeinated. Much love.